Hey guys, it's Glenn from glenscarcollection.com, and today we're driving the new electric SUV from BMW, the iX xDrive 50. It's got 516 horsepower, range of 324 miles. It's actually the size of a BMW X5, but it's actually lower. So I'll show some pictures later showing how it compares with the X5. And you'll see the height difference of the car. Now, this is an all-new SUV, starts at $84,000. It's all electric. And as we can see on the sticker here, it's actually $94,000 as tested. How do you do the door handles? You just put your hand underneath here. Has a really good back seat. I mean, huge room. We just got out of the i4, which is based on the 4 Series, and I'm 6 feet tall. This is how I'd have my seat. And look how much room I have here. It's huge. You got this huge sunroof that also says iX on it, or at least in for the demo model it does. There's a ton of room here. I mean, this is almost like 7 Series levels of legroom. I have size 13 feet. They fit no problem. Back here, you have your USB chargers. You have your own climate control back here with heated seats. Harman Kardon stereo, those are options, obviously. Let's check out the trunk. Because it's a hatchback, like a X5, you have a huge trunk. Now the lights stay up, so see this here, when you open the trunk, the tail lights are actually out of the way, so for safety you have new lights that come here. Say you're on the side of the road doing something so people can see you, say it's dark out. So huge trunk. This is your little security divider here, so you can put a ton of stuff in here. Now you also have room for the battery charger. It does AC or DC. You could charge it where your house, take it with you, whatever you need to do. So just like a regular BMW, you would press the button here and it would lower the power tailgate. This one again is tested, 94,000. Now we'll sit inside. Beautiful, luxurious interior. Now they took a little cue here. A Mercedes, you have, at least I think so, they have your seat controls. So if you first come in here, you're not going to know where the seat controls are. This is where they are right here. So my McLaren, they were like down here. You could never see it. You could easily, when my wife would drive it, it would bring the car up, the seats up front and keep going because you couldn't stop it. So really easy. All different ways you can do the seats right now. Mirror controls are still in the normal spot. You can do your left right mirror. You can fold the mirrors in, lock and unlock. Your trunk release is down there. Now the hood is not storage. Obviously there's no engine there, but for what I'm told, that's only for servicing, so we're not opening the hood. That's for the service techs to do it. You have your storage here just like any BMW. Wow, this is really deep here. You could fit probably a lot of stuff in there, no problem. Can of soda. You have your regular cup holders down here. And so here's your transmission buttons. Down here, you actually use this, I don't know, it almost looks like the crystal key of an Aston Martin to shift that. And you have your volume control, your iDrive. Now, wait till you check out the iDrive. So we're going to do that. Let me put my seatbelt on, then we'll do this stop-start. And that's how we start the car. The HVAC is running right now. Okay, so we started the car. Silent, right? So the most dominating noise in these electric cars, since there's no engine noise, is obviously HVAC controls. It's hot in here. So parking brake is just like you would do in a regular BMW. Actually, it's not, because my M340, I have to pull it back and forward. So here we're just pressing parking brake on when it's red, parking brake off, just hold it down, it goes away. And this is your transmission button for your drive. Now, these cars have really good backup. So it's totally new iDrive, totally different infotainment, since this is an all-new model. We'll put it in reverse. You have a great backup camera, a 360 camera here, and you can change the views. That's what I love about the BMW. You want to see how close you are to the curb or another car, you could do that. And this is even that's showing us behind us. Now look at BMW Tenafly here. They have a ton of cars in stock, so special thanks for them to providing it. You know, get your new BMW here. I lease my M340i xDrive from them. All right, so now we're going to put it in drive and we'll take it for a spin. Again, we have over 500 horsepower here, and these electric cars are so fast. We just got out of the i4, I guess 50, with over 500 horsepower, and that car has way better performance than my M340i xDrive. Now these cars will weigh, batteries are you know, heavy, so they'll weigh 700 to 800 pounds more than the equivalent non-electric version. Now with the 4 Series, the i4 that we drove is essentially based on a 4 Series Grand Coupe, so you have the 4 Series chassis. So except for the motor, since there is none, it drives exactly like a 4 Series, but faster and more torque down low, quieter. This is an all-new vehicle, so it's based size-wise on the X5, but nothing else is based on the X5 to my knowledge. So you have a commanding view of the road. All these cars, newer cars, and especially the ones we drive, are usually pretty loaded. So they have all the lane keeping exists here. It's actually pacing me with the vehicle in front. Now the regen on any of these cars is pretty stiff. It gets you right away. So something to think about if you never drove an electric car, you let off the brake. It really slows you down. You could almost do a one-pedal driving here. All right, so you can see on the menus here, like for HVAC, climate control, you have everything, heated seats, cool seats. It's amazing how many options you have on cars now. Dual zone climate controls, you and whoever is sitting in that passenger seat can have totally different HVAC. I like it a little cooler than most. I always keep the car in 65. I put it hotter for these videos just so you don't hear so much fan speed. Oh, an E36 M3, unfortunately it's rusted out, but still. So you will feel the weight in the corners, but you will, you know, we've driven, thanks to BMW Tenafly, we've driven the X5M on these same exact roads, and obviously that was a heavy vehicle as well, so any SUV in this size range is not going to be light on its feet. We're going to get up to some curves, and then we'll get on some more open roads where we can really test out the acceleration. But so far my impressions are how roomy this car is. I can't believe it feels like there's just so much interior room. Remember, you don't have a transmission tunnel here of a rear or all-wheel drive car, so it gives you a lot more room. They could put the cup holders down there. You know, it drives like a BMW, which means it handles well and it's very comfortable. I think I've said this in every BMW video probably I've ever done. See, when I left the brake there, like my head shakes because it slows down so much. But BMW does the best compromise of ride and handling. Their competition to get a good handling car has to make the suspension way too stiff. You always have to get the competition, there we go, there's some acceleration, in sport package. And then when you drive on bumpy roads, the roads are much bumpier than they appear. Say we were an AMG right now or an Audi RS car, the ride would be very harsh compared to any BMW, whether it's an M3 or an M340 or this car. What I love about electric cars, besides, you know, not polluting the environment and saving money on gas, is that instant torque and instant acceleration. Now this car is not cheap. Why did this car go in front of me? It's certainly not a cheap car, but an X5 is not a cheap car either. Come on, buddy, why would you go in front of me? Yeah, if you're gonna go slow, here's the rule for slow drivers, and I doubt there's any slow drivers watching my channel. If you want to go slow as you want. If you want to go 10 under the speed limit, that's fine, but don't cut in front of me. So I'm impressed with the handling in those turns. I was too busy complaining about this car, but it actually does really well in those turns. I'm impressed. Because I think, you know, when we're driving this car, we're not rating it against an M3 or M4. We're comparing it against, say, an X5, Mercedes GLE, you know, Audi Q5 or Q7. And I think this, so far, first impressions, it really outhandles it. I definitely have to get used to the regen braking because I'm not used to it. I'm sure there's a way we can play around in the menu and go through a couple things to make that less intrusive. But it is pretty cool if you've never experienced it, that's for sure. All right, buddy, get going. A couple people ran that red light. I think that Corvette went through it on red. All right, so up here we could try some acceleration. Wow. So the acceleration is just like instant. It's incredible. Wow. So we're driving, I think it's sport mode now, and you really feel that surge of over 500 horsepower. Now again, all day smooth. You know, well, you got to look at it like electric cars are fast. I think people make the mistake of comparing, because electric cars are so fast that they're sports cars, and they're not. So you really have to compare it to the equivalent gas-powered sedan or SUV, and I think that's the most relevant comparison. So this is a super smooth family hauler. That's a nice place to be, and efficient, handles well, roomy. But it's not like you're not buying an X5M because maybe the acceleration is the same or similar, right? So if you look at it compared to a regular X5, if I had a place to charge the car, I would probably pick this. So that's where you should get an electric car or not, I think really depends as if it fits your lifestyle. So for example, you know, you wanted a motorcycle and you live where it rains every day, that motorcycle probably doesn't fit your lifestyle. But if you're in Southern California, it probably does. So here, I think it really depends on, do you have access to a charger, say in your house? And are you able to charge it enough to go about your day the next day? So maybe it helps to have a backup car, gas-powered car, that maybe this shouldn't be your only car, but maybe this should be the car that you put the most miles possible on. So this really is nice to drive. Again, it's not a sports car, it's a family hauler, but this is a great SUV that I think I can definitely recommend. Let's get in front of that dump truck. And that was 0 to 60, and that's turning too. Ooh, a 911 convertible. So the only thing I think I really got to get used to here is that regen braking, but I'm sure if you've driven electric cars before, it's no big deal. It is kind of abrupt if you're not used to it. Plenty of power. And thanks for watching, guys. If you watched to this long in the video, you should be a subscriber. If you're already a subscriber, hit the notification bell, like and share this video so our channel can grow. And as always, leave a positive comment below. Would you get an electric car? Does that fit your lifestyle? Let me know in the comments below. Special thanks to BMW Tenafly.